The Shape of Water is directed and co-written by Guillermo Del Toro and stars Sally Hawkins, Michael Shannon, Richard Jenkins, Doug Jones, Octavia Spencer, and Michael Stuhlbarg. Eliza, played by Sally Hawkins, is a custodian working for a government research center in the 1960s, and she discovers a secret that the facility is hiding a strange humanoid amphibian creature played by Doug Jones, and she forms a romance with him. Guillermo Del Toro loves monsters. He has made that perfectly clear in his entire body of work and also in so many interviews and even his Golden Globes Best Director speech.
Since childhood, I've been faithful to monsters. I have been saved and absolved by them.
He is in love with these things because they are so strange, because they are so different, because they represent the other that we are so fascinated by. In his film Pan's Labyrinth, he showcased how much he loves them by using so many different creature designs. The opposite is happening for The Shape of Water. He uses one creature design, which is the amphibian man, and he wants to focus in on that. It becomes a much more special story, a much more personal story, and Guillermo del Toro, as a filmmaker, becomes much more mature in diving into this story that is filled with so many different themes. The ideas of sex and love, obsession, greed, and idealism are all thrown in here, and they all fit so well. There are some statements that this movie has about American culture, particularly in the 1960s, but also how different people interact with different ideas of love and sexuality. It is absolutely incredible. The writing for this movie, done by Del Toro and his co-writer Vanessa Taylor, who used to work on some Game of Thrones episodes and wrote Divergent, together they form this world that is just so lovely. It's filled with such absolutely incredible character work. Literally, every single character in this movie fits into the story. There is not a single scene with any character, no matter if they are the main character, one of the supporting players, or if they're just in that one scene. They all fit into the story perfectly. I would not take a single one out. At the center of it all is Sally Hawkins, who takes on this role, this very difficult role of playing a mute person, and does it beautifully. This is the best performance that I've ever seen from her. Her character is just so fascinating because she's always creating this weird imagination for herself. She's looking out at the day-to-day life and she's able to smile at it all. And when she sees this amphibian man creature, she falls in love with it because he is representing something that she's looking for, something different, something special. She constantly feels like she's being pushed aside, like, you know, she is that weird person that not many people want to talk to, or people just talk at but they don't listen to. And instead she finds this creature that, again, like her, cannot talk, and that is where the connection comes from. It is absolutely beautiful. All of the supporting actors do a fantastic job. Michael Shannon is an amazing villain. Richard Jenkins is a sweet old man. Octavia Spencer is just so strong, so passionate. Michael Stuhlbarg, this guy, holy crap, like, his IMDb page is filled with awesome stuff just from 2017 alone. Like a true master of the craft, which he is, Del Toro forms around him amazing cinematography and music. Cinematographer Dan Lautson constructs every scene of this movie with this strange palette of colors that you normally wouldn't associate with being beautiful, but he uses them in a way that is beautiful. And he still makes sure that the research facilities that this movie takes place in are very cold, very clinical. But then when we go to Eliza's apartment, it's very warm, very inviting. It's just, it feels like a home. And that's intentional. And composer Alexandre Desplat creates this very sensitive score that breathes into every scene such wonder and such a unique quality. And it's not just violins and brass instruments and drums. He uses little notes of like French cafe sort of music, and that makes the score for this movie really stand out. If it hasn't been obvious to you, I absolutely loved The Shape of Water. This is for sure Del Toro's finest piece of work since Pan's Labyrinth. Sally Hawkins delivers an amazing performance. I loved so much of the intricate makeup work that Doug Jones was put under. Like, he just becomes this amphibian man. Every scene that he has, you're just in absolute awe, and that is intentional. Del Toro is wanting you to fall in love with this monster, and it's worked for me. I love this movie. I love this monster. I feel that passion that Del Toro is bringing forth. So much of this movie is coming from deep within him. This is a personal story for him, and I think that that is truly special. I, for sure, recommend everyone who's watching this to go out and see The Shape of Water. So The Shape of Water, have you seen it? What did you think about it? What did you think about this review? Let me know in the comments below. For more Mr. Movies, click that subscribe button coming up right there. Thanks for watching.